Felicity. Welcome to my coaching moment, Managing Your Chimp. Today's session is all about managing our stress reactions and noticing our triggers. What are the things that predict we're about to go into a very emotional reaction when we literally feel like we're losing it? And how can we manage ourselves more effectively? And this work is taken from Professor Steve Peters. He's a psychiatrist, and his brilliant book, Managing Your Chimp, The Chimp Paradox. As I talk, you may notice there's a photograph of me with some chimps hanging on. So I spent some time in the jungle in Cameroon several years ago, so I feel like I do have some first-hand experience of chimpanzees, the wonder of chimps, and how absolutely they operate all the time in their chimp brain. They just, in an unfiltered way, go from emotion to emotion, so fear, aggression, love, and they display that in a very visible way without any kind of filtering. So back to human beings, we have our chimp brain, and it's based kind of here at the back of our head, and it's the very ancient brain, and it's there to keep us safe. It is critical, and even as I talk about this, and even knowing this, our chimp brains will still be there, even if we develop some strategies to manage it better. Our chimp brain is there to keep us safe. So all the time it's primed in every single moment of our lives to detect, is this safe? And if it's not safe, it triggers some emotion. And if we feel really threatened, we go into that fight-flight response where we either fight, flight, freeze or appease. And of course we don't choose what we do. Our body and our brain takes over and decides on our behalf. And sometimes we look back and think, I wish I'd done something else instead of that. But again, it's there to keep us safe. So our human brain, which is up here, the rational brain, all of those complex logic, problem-solving strategies that we have, they're operating most of the time. And our chimp is there, often in the background, but keeping us safe. So I want you to think for a moment, what are your stress reactions? And those of you that are leaders, notice and think about your team as well. And what kind of stress reactions do they have? We all have different reactions to stress, but what's important is if you want to manage your chimp better, you've actually got to get to know it. You've really got to befriend it, get curious about it. And Professor Peters has several strategies for actually how do we get to know it and how do we manage our chimp better. So of these strategies, one of them is to spend some time with it. The chimp brain gets tired very quickly because it runs on pure emotion. So the idea is to actually allow your chimp to come out and express itself, but ideally do that when you're on your own or with a friend who cares about you, rather than the person or the particular aim of your fear. So if you just allow yourself to express that chimp, again on your own or with people who care about you, and allow it, very soon you'll notice it will dissipate. Write it down, draw it. There's been some amazing artwork where people have actually expressed their chimps. So draw it, express it, journal it. So maybe every time you feel it rising up in you, this anger or this fear or this fury or this sadness, just make a note of what are those things, what are you noticing, what are the patterns? And how can you notice in your body? Is it that for some people they feel a tightness in their throat, some people feel an anger in their stomach, some people get this incredible stress in their shoulders, but get curious about what are the triggers for you so that you can start preempting it before it wants to explode. And really get clear about what your values are, because if you notice your chimp is out a lot, then what you may find is that you are spending time around people or in an organisation or in a situation which isn't true to your values, because again, every time one of your values is violated, that chimp will come out and start getting explosive as well. So really notice what your values are and how can you live according to that. And what's important is don't fight your chimp, nurture it. It's there to protect you. So just like a kind of maybe like a puppy that's not yet trained, you need to really spend time with it and take care of it, because it serves you. Remember, it's there to keep you safe. So get curious about your chimp. Get curious about what the triggers are before you lose it, And sometimes your chimp can come out because of certain people. So it may be, as I said, your boss or certain people around you at work, and they are going to trigger something really deep in you. So either spend less time with those people, or actually think about, what is it about that person that really connects to something in me that makes me feel a huge emotion. So get curious about, what are your triggers, what happens when your chimp comes out, and then spend some time in a safe place where you can befriend it, let it express itself, and then it will dissipate. Thank you.